France 24's Jasper Mortimer in Ankara. Jasper, given that we have the latest that Turkey is asking for permission to search the premises, what do you think this means?
Well, I think it shows that the Saudis are very confident the police won't find anything. There are pictures in the newspaper today of the Saudi consul standing in front of an open door at the consulate, saying to the press, look, guys, come in and see for yourself. So they're not likely to find Khashoggi. The question is, will they do detective work good enough to find any DNA, any droplets of blood or pieces of hair or something like that? The second thing, I think, the Saudi invitation to open up its consulate, which is exceptional. They don't have to do this. The Saudis are trying to make themselves look good, as if they've got nothing to do with his disappearance. Their problem is that while everybody agrees, including the Saudis, that Khashoggi entered the consulate at lunchtime on Tuesday last week, the Saudis have no evidence to show that he left the consulate in the normal way. If he had, his fiancée, who was waiting outside, would have seen him, or if she had gone to a restaurant to buy some food as she waited, he would have tracked her down because she was holding his cell phone and the keys to his apartment. Secondly, if he had gone out in the normal way, there would be footage of his leaving the consulate on the Turkish security cameras that monitor the gates. The latest information coming out here in Turkey is that on the afternoon after his disappearance, two black vans left the consulate, one with tinted windows. Both were bearing Corps Diplomatique number plates, so Turkish police wouldn't have had the right to inspect those vans. A second fact is that Khashoggi went to the consulate initially on Friday, September the 28th, asking for a document. The Saudis said, sure, we'll get it for you. He went back to collect the document on Tuesday. So the Saudis were expecting him. The Turks are saying that 15 Saudi citizens, some of them government officials, went to the consulate before Khashoggi arrived. And after his disappearance, some of them left the country. And they suspect some of those 15 Saudis had something to do with Khashoggi's disappearance.
The Turkish president has spoken out, but it looks as if Erdogan is trying to keep this whole story on the down low.
Well, yes, he is playing it surprisingly low-key. Erdogan told the press yesterday that he knows Khashoggi personally, but he's waiting for the prosecutor's report, and he hopes the report doesn't produce what he called an undesirable result. So it sounds as if Erdogan does not want a showdown with the Saudis. However, Erdogan is under pressure from his own media. I've got 5 newspapers on my desk here. The Khashoggi incident is on the front page of all of them. For 2 of these newspapers, both pro-government, Khashoggi is the main story. You can see Khashoggi's picture there and there. So the media is, calling out for Erdogan to do something about this. One Turkish columnist said this is a big humiliation for Turkey. However, the reality is Saudi Arabia doesn't need Turkey, but it does need the United States. America is the guarantor of Saudi security against its perceived threat from Iran. So the key question is actually not how Ankara may or may not retaliate for what has happened to Khashoggi, but what Washington does about Khashoggi's disappearance. And Khashoggi was a notable columnist for the Washington Post.
And a permanent U.S. resident. Jasper Mortimer, thank you very much for joining us here on the program today.